I'm Jim Hesketh. I'm President and CEO of Viva Gold. And it's a Nevada-focused company. And Viva Gold, we're located on the prolific Walker Lane Gold Trend, Western Nevada. And what sets this project apart from most others is number one, we've got a well-drilled resource, measured and indicated status, a lot of it. It's the presence of high-grade starter pits. Some of our highest-grade mineralization is also closest to surface. That is a true economic driver on our original PEA. We've just finished a drilling program, and we're currently in the process, started this last week, of updating our 2022 PEA. We'll be adding in an additional 50-plus drill holes to the overall estimate. But moving on quickly, we have a largely institutional shareholding in this company. Dundee owns 20%, Rab Capital 16.5%, they're out of London. Pointillis, that's a PE group, they own about 9%. Myrmikan Gold Fund is a 10% holder. So we've got a very strong supporting. When we go out for financing, we typically get these major investors come in on a pro rata basis, and that's allowed us to stay financed through our efforts. The project is located just south of the Round Mountain mine of Kinross, or about a half-hour's drive away. There's a two-lane state highway between the two projects. Just south of, why Round Mountain's important to us is that project's produced over 15 million ounces. They're currently in advanced depletion in the pit, and they're looking at going underground. They've got a 12,000 ton a day mill to feed, or 11,000 ton a day, and that mill is a potential site for us to send some of our high-grade material to. Just south of us is Centerra Gold. They acquired the Gemfield project in the Goldfield district, paid about $177 an ounce for that project, fully permitted, ready for construction. Also in the district, we've got Anglo Gold. They've tied together about 11 million ounces. They acquired Core Mining's Secret Pass project there. Paid about $165 an ounce for that, and they paid about $170 an ounce for Corvus Gold. So when you put it together, the value proposition for Viva is one of completing feasibility work and permitting. That's where we get our true value add. And that's really been my forte in my career. So our resource at this point, this was January 2022 is our last announced estimate. It's 3 years old now. Since then, we've drilled over 50 additional drill holes. That'll be rolled up into the new estimate. And, we anticipate additional growth in this, but 2/3 of our resource in January 3 years ago was measured and indicated status already. So this is a potential open pit heap leach. It won't be a huge project, but you're in a location with very established infrastructure, and you don't need the multi-million ounce deposit to build. If you take a look at some of these northern Canadian projects, you're going to spend a half of the deposit just building the infrastructure. We don't have that problem in Nevada. So looking at the geology here, this is an east-west cross-section. The colored blocks are from the block model. These are 6-meter blocks. The total deposit right now is about 1.5 kilometers long, about 300 meters wide. and it comes to within 10 meters of surface in that center zone. The deepest mineralization here is about 200 meters deep. It's an ideal configuration for open pit mining. And that's why we're looking at it as a heap leach, open pit heap leach target. This is a cross-section through the discovery zone. The low grade's been removed from the picture, but you can see the consistency in the high grade zone. You've got almost 75 meters of depth on this, and that's an opportunity. It can either go into heap leach, we get about 70% gold recovery, or you can mill the high grade if you segregate it and get 92 to 94% recovery by doing a CIL leach after grinding. So that's an opportunity, 20% higher gold recovery. Our primary focus is on the heap leach, but we'll move ahead. Now, in May of this year, we did some additional drilling on this project, and we currently have 14 holes that we have yet to release. That's in the assay lab right now. But we get intercepts on this project, like 23 meters at 5.1 grams, 18 meters at 4.4, 90 meters at 2 grams. We get some very high grades in this deposit. So what you have here is a disseminated zone cross-cut by veinlets and breccias. And so we get this both high-grade and low-grade scenario. That gives us a lot of process options. And we've been the beneficiary of multiple generations of metallurgical test work here. Kennecott, Newmont, Midway Gold, and ourselves. The mineralization is intensely oxidized, and you have both microfine free gold that's in little blebs that used to be pyrite. It's been oxidized. And you have coarse free gold occurring on the high-grade veins and breccias. We've got test work including gravity, flotation, and column leach test work for leaching. So we've got a lot of knowledge in terms of where to go for this project. Our next PEA, the base case, will be open pit heap leach. We will be testing a case with a heap leach with a mill circuit for the high grade. Basically at a 1 gram cutoff, you wind up with 20% of the tons above 1 gram, but it carries 50% of the ounces. So the opportunity here is to get 20% higher gold recovery on 20% of the tons by doing that grind and gravity, flotation, or CIL leach. So those are the opportunities. It's a project that has a lot of optionality, and that optionality is triggered by capital availability. If you have more capital available to you, you go for the higher recovery. If you've got less capital, you stick with the lower heap leach recovery. Now the project, these are the economics from 2022, they're stale. But the real upshot here is that you see a lot of sensitivity to gold price. That is driven by that high-grade starter pits where we have shallow high grade to drive economics early on. But the bottom line here is that we've done a lot of work. A lot of the baseline study work for final permitting is already complete on this project. And our goal this year is to complete PEA, move that into pre-feasibility study, and initiate the permitting process and really capture that value add that you get by de-risking the project. That creates a target for acquisitions, it creates a target for mine development. So that is our strategy on this project.